I don't make noise in the background.
Okay. Oh, I have to turn this on again. Okay. We're having some problems getting Scott hooked in. Oh, there he's got the computer club login in, but he can't hear us for some reason.
Then happy birthday, Jim.
Yes, we sang to him, but oh, Scott's trying to say something now.
Well,
Let's see if we can hear.
I missed that.
I heard that. Okay, speech. I can hear you.
Good. I was just making sure all this is working, but I'm not going to be able to contribute much. I'm just going to sit here in the background.
But you just click on that link and the email that came out.
You have the email that came out?
This morning.
Oh. I have a question.
Okay. GPT? No. Okay, maybe I'll do this in case he is broadcasting it. We're the San Carlos Computer Club without our great leader this morning. Tuesday, March 21st. We're coming to you live from Tequilas. I think that's about the limit of my hosting abilities, but we've got it out there. We've got a couple people in San Carlos logged in, and we've got a couple of people here in Tequilas logged in, as well as Scott trying to connect from Tucson. We take topics, we talk about computers, we talk about technology in our world. And this morning, Irving has brought us a topic to talk about. Irving, very, very loud, because it's going through my microphone, please.
Well, I'm just inquiring, when ChatGPT came out, there was an opportunity to test it, and I did. And I thought it was amazing. That was just a preview. I'm wondering if anybody here has used ChatGPT.
I'm the same thing. I opened it up, I signed in, I ran a couple questions for it, and same thing. I think it's amazing, but I haven't done anything with it. I asked, what are the best opening hands in Texas Hold'em? And I got a whole document telling
What is it?
What is it? James wants to know the best opening hands.
No, I just meant, what is the app?
GPT.
ChatGPT, or the open source is not Chat. It's OpenAI or something.
something, yeah, artificial intelligence program.
And they Google put it out to the public if you're 18 years old.
Google has some answers.
Yeah, well, Microsoft has a variation, Google does, everybody's going to have it. The thing I found on iFollow is a guy who posted they call them prompts. He posted a prompt and said, you are my advisor, I'm giving you $100 to spend however you want to make me as much money as you can. And he's been posting every day. The first thing he did, let's see, it told him to start up a Facebook page for
A website.
for a website. No, a website. Yes. For eco-friendly kitchen gadgets. So he's done that, but in the meantime, he's got I don't know 7,000 followers or something, and he has sold little bits of the rights to this to what he's doing. He's up to $7,000 now in money paid in as owners or members or whatever it is.
There was an article this week of how much people are making on YouTube.
Yeah.
And when you subscribe, they get enough followers to make money.
Yeah, YouTube is one way, but
There's a number of them making 50,000 to 60,000 a month.
Yep. Well, and the biggest problem with a lot of those systems is you have to supply content in order to keep people interested. And you got to sit there, you hire somebody to research or do content or whatever. The AI program does it for you and does a better job than most people. You say, give me some content on a eco-friendly can opener, and it will. You know,
The problem that I've read from all the talking heads is that they just as easily give you false information as true information.
And well, that's what Scott said. And be confident, 100% confident that it's right. It doesn't give you a kind of a degree of confidence. It's confident. Anyway, it's an interesting thing. I follow this guy, so I see his posts every day. And what I see is he's not generating much money, but he's certainly generating a lot of interest. And so it'll be interesting to see if he actually does.
Is it going to be a platform to make money?
Of course.
the actual thing is, I understand it's using AI in some form, in some sort of either a business or an idea, I guess.
Well, who do you have to register with? Google?
No. Well, I don't know, maybe the
You
Google
have to
one.
open up your own website, and then if you get followers, like in YouTube, they give you a percentage. These guys making big money have 30 million followers.
Yeah.
That's not with 7,000. It's going to take a while to reach the.
Well, I don't know
But
what he
aren't they
has anymore.
using the AI chat GPT? They're using that. Is it a platform? Is it a coding?
It's an app,
It is an app.
Yeah.
Okay, so
as far as I understand.
and it is open domain, or what do you?
Yes.
Yeah, open
Yeah.
source.
Open source.
It's like it's YouTube, right?
Well,
No,
no, because it's using artificial intelligence.
It's think of it as Googling something.
Okay, I'm not.
Is doing that because everybody they deal with is now switching to artificial intelligence. I'm going to try to think of some examples of people we deal with all the time.
I'm not sure if Scott, if you can hear Irving, but he's saying that a lot of people are using artificial intelligence.
Businesses, almost every large business is integrating it
Yeah.
into their service.
But Chat GPT is more like a search engine, like a Google search or a Beam, that kind of thing.
Okay,
But when you Google it, you get a list of websites and stuff.
right.
When you use this one and pose a question to it, it gives you a document with, however long you want it to be.
So that's what they were talking about, that students in school
gonna say.
could say, write me an essay on the Civil War. Okay, and then it will gather all the information, it will put it in sentence structure. The one case, the guy represented himself in a lawsuit using artificial
He wanted to, but they
intelligence.
wouldn't let him.
Oh, they wouldn't allow him to? Oh, okay, but that's kind of the
So
future.
I wonder how the teachers are going to know if
Well,
That's,
kids used it. and
Some
presented
Well,
say,
it's-
like Scott says, it's a good thing because they're learning how to use resource.
The students?
Yeah.
How could they be? They're
He
cheating.
said that at
Well,
our
No,
last
no, it's
meeting.
not cheating. Well, when we used to
is
go
cheating.
and research and we'd go to the encyclopedia, it's
Yeah.
plagiarism. It's plagiarism is
Right.
what it is, but they're using something else to plagiarize.
But-
And they have ways to examine text. They have ways,
Encyclopedia, and we took notes and then we had to.
put it in your own words. Right. So what they
form our
do,
essay.
yeah, we had to put it in our own words, but we could look it up in the encyclopedia
Yes,
and put it. Some people just copied from encyclopedias without quoting properly, and they were caught out. The teachers have resources to see if this has used an AI, if this has used, okay? So
So the
it's
teachers now have that.
Well,
it's
they-
coming at the same time,
Yeah, well,
so,
they use the same app. They just say, give me an opinion on this piece of written material. And the chat will go in and say, yeah, I think this thing is written by an artificial intelligence.
but
you
what Mark was, or what Scott was saying was, the teachers could give an assignment, use
Yes.
AI, and so then they would be learning how to use the new technology.
The
But
problem
then
that
they
I
aren't
see,
thinking for themselves.
the problem that I see, let's say we pose this question, what is the true religion? They will give you an answer. They're gonna take all the opinions all over the world, that's all these people coming in, whatever information is out there, and they're gonna divide it. come up with one
Did you
answer.
ask that question?
No, I haven't used it. But another one is, let's say, politics. Yeah, you can pose a political question. Of course, if there's more, or let's say a religious question. Well, I would certainly think that if you got an answer from the religious question, it's going to be a Muslim-based answer, because there's more Muslims in the world than there are other religions. And that's, I think, is where there's room for, tremendous room for error.
But you can say the same thing about calculators. You can, I had to learn how to use a slide rule, okay? You could say the same thing about all these innovations
Right.
that they're cheating. And we see it every day, though, that kids can't make change.
Right.
Adults can't make change.
Right.
You know, they don't know how to do any of that because they rely on a machine to do it for them.
So relying on not thinking for themselves, I don't know where it's going to come out.
Yeah.
But it is an amazing, technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Where I think it'll benefit us individually, comes to mind, anything I have to fix, anything, I go to YouTube.
Yep.
And verbally and visually, they show you now. There might be, let's say I want to change my carburetor. There might be 50 people in Google have a different approach to do it. Supposedly AI will figure out the most common or popular and show you that. It's a lot like Google. It's just giving you information.
Yeah, it's like when we go to Google and we get all those different choices. You got a 5-minute video, you got a 20-minute video. We would have to go through all of those.
Yes.
And the AI will have the ability to do it so much faster and come up with these are the key
but they have a
things.
broader base.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at some of these YouTube how-tos, some of them are idiots.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Some
are.
of them
You can
are
hardly
people.
watch them.
They're just incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're trying to make a buck, I guess, and everybody's out there trying to do something.
They're probably the ones
Everybody's trying to
making
make a
millions.
buck. Now, both of you were teachers?
Eventually.
Or
Yeah.
What did you teach?
children. That's my favorite answer.
Thank you.
Second grade.
Second grade.
Great job. Go to jail.
You guys taught elementary school.
No,
I
she
tried.
did.
I taught special ed and elementary and music. I taught everything from kindergarten to adults.
Where?
In Alberta. Alberta.
Public
Oh,
school
yeah.
systems, community education.
So you didn't, I was trying, you didn't teach like English class where people are writing up.
I did.
Or history class where
I
people have.
taught writing.
I taught junior high English. I taught different subjects,
Doesn't it
but
all
basically
boil down
that you teach kids. Yeah.
You know, like when you take English class, you're in high school,
Yeah.
and you have to do a lot of little essays.
Yeah. Well, it's
Or-
probably changed a lot, but
or-
in,
When you take a history class in high school, in the US, you take, 1 year you take US history, 1 year you take world history. And you have to write a lot of essays, you know?
Mhm.
So that's why I was wondering.
but a lot of high school students nowadays, they learn the same content, they produce it differently. They might not write an essay, they might make a movie. They might not, so it's all changed, like the education has changed.
Ray had a question.
And I think that the point that Bill said, he taught children, you don't teach a subject, you teach them to learn and to experience.
I think it boils down to a couple of things. First of all, any generalities just don't work. They don't all. And you see that a lot, particularly some of the websites on YouTube. Secondly, we need to teach our kids, and it's beginning to happen, critical thinking.
Oh, be
From
careful.
kindergarten on up, how to make a decision, how to determine what's the correct way, who to listen to. And it's coming.
Which website is legit, where, an encyclopedia is encyclopedia, but a book your friend wrote is different, yeah. Those kind of critical thinking skills is what
Yes.
Ray is talking about, that need to be taught. And AI, you will have to be aware and figure out how you're gonna use it and all that. So that was our
parents
first
called it common sense.
common sense, yeah. There's
Well,
a,
it's true. Think about who you're listening to and who you're obeying, or who you feel has the correct points or the correct point of view.
okay.
Who's gonna brainwash
Absorb it.
So ChatGPT has been a topic here at the Computer Club, I think for about the last month. Every week, we've
That
talked
keeps
a little
coming
bit about
I think
something.
it's gonna go on for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I
More
think
than
AI
ever.
is the way, and you can talk about it in medical, you can talk about it in education, you can talk about it in business. There's lots of places.
And the big money, big money is all investing heavily into this right now.
And so investing into it. My brain just went to cryptocurrency was supposed to be the thing.
What did you say, the big money is going where?
Is investing into IE
AI.
and has been. The
Yeah.
giants of finance. and-
So how do you invest in AI? You find a company that's doing it and you give
That's
them
what
the
I'm
money?
asking. How you make
Well,
money
if
in
you
it?
want to have stock in Google.
Stock in Google, there you go.
I guess
Well,
it's
There's a simple solution. You go to the chat and ask it, who do I invest in for AI? And it'll tell you.
Well, it's like asking what stock, and everybody will buy the same stock, and the
Yeah.
next day you will be broke.
But you
Yeah.
gotta be first. It's like a pyramid company. You want to be first.
That's right.
You don't want
So
to.
more practical basis, how can I make my factory more productive? I can utilize this AI on the line.
Well,
Yeah.
A very good example is her example of education. I never heard that. That's what they may be doing today. The kids are dealing with the information instead of the written essay as we know it, and my thinking can change. Certainly their brains are working differently. You can hear it in the music, which does seem to sound intelligible.
You sound like your father. You sound like your father.
Exactly, that's exactly right. And I read an article that it was exactly of this nature that was written in 1400. So you're right.
Well, part of that
That
goes
has
with the
not
team.
changed.
It goes with the team thing too, if my father doesn't like it, it's gotta be cool.
Yeah. So the people that are online, I'm not sure if you can hear all of the, I know you can't hear, but the discussion basically is, what?
ChatGPT is going to affect our lives.
How it's going to affect our lives, how it's going to be used by our children, where it's going in the future, basically. And Bill has his hand up.
Well, in the last week, they have moved beyond the text, asking text questions, getting text back. You can log into one that says, make me a picture of a woman riding a horse, laughing and eating a pizza, and it will make several of
I
them.
read that article.
And they're realistic. They're getting better and better and better all the time. Just make me a picture of a
In the
Asian-
style of Ray Mahone.
Yes.
Paint me a picture.
But you can ask for the style, you can ask for the ethnicity of the person.
Even
And
brush thickness.
oh
Brush,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Any technique, anything you want, you put in there, and it will generate something like that for you. And
Also,
and it's almost like I've seen sites where you've got a real person and the AI person, and you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
You literally, like on a screen, you cannot tell the difference yet.
Well, they're
Anyway.
starting that in the movies now.
Yeah, they're doing, videos are just starting
They'll
now.
be able to cut out the actresses or actors, they'll
Well,
be able to cut them out. I
You know,
mean,
they're talking about, you know, what professions are going to be affected by this?
All
Actors.
professions.
All, everything's going to be, the studios don't need to hire people anymore. They can create them.
uh-huh.
I think
And-
James has something. Were you going to say something, James? Oh, I thought you unmuted. Okay. There you go.
I think I might be unmuted right now, but
Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, ChatGPT AI. Scott has an article in our what do you call it? Document. Nokia smartphone you can fix yourself launches as right to repair trend gains stream. I think it was about 3 years ago, the right to repair your own iPhones. The right to repair was illegal.
Well, the right to repair your own farm tractor, that's where they started fighting over it. John Deere was making their tractors impossible to fix at home. You had to take it to the garage, to the dealership, because they had the rights to fix it. And they've been fighting with that for a long time now.
Isn't it when you purchase it, it was part of the purchase agreement?
Yeah, well, I read an article just the other day about parts of your car won't function unless you pay a subscription. You get, it's sort of like your satellite phone was at one time. You had it for a bit, but if you didn't pay the subscription, it stops. But this was like the seat warmers won't work.
What?
Yeah, something is
But
stuff
you
like
bought a car.
no, but you didn't buy the rights. When you bought it, you signed and said you didn't have the rights to the seat warmer. You have to pay. So I'm using that as an example, but it's just like
Well,
that.
it's like serious, kind of. I mean,
I have
Kind
a
of.
personal experience very similar. About 4 years ago, I bought a truck in Alaska from, I think it was a Dodge Ram, and I wasn't happy with the electronics. So I wanted to upgrade it, but evidently the computer was integrated into the motor, and they didn't have an upgrade for it. And they told me if I bring it to outside, what do they call it, outside dealer, let's say a radio guy, I would lose my warranty.
Yeah.
I chose to do it anyway. I wasn't going to tolerate the electronics, the radio and stuff that I had in there. But that was it. They told me I would lose my warranty. Bullshit.
Better than now is Apple. Apple product.
It's always been proprietary.
Yeah.
But there you have a choice up front. Here I bought a vehicle that I've never heard of the fact that you can't change your radio out of the vehicle.
We have two people with their hands up. James is first, and then the San Carlos Computer Club, otherwise known as Scott.
okay, I was just going to say that in 1999, they changed the way computers in cars were put together so that if you change a part on your car, like the coil or whatever, you have to reprogram the whole thing to get it done, and that can cost you between $200 and $500 for quite simple pieces that cost an awful lot less than that. So it's a reason I've purchased a lot of 1998 cars, because they're open to being able to repair them.
1998 is the year to buy a car.
There you go.
San Carlos Computer Club, Scott.
Hey, I just wanted to mention that my dad owns one of those cars. His auto start expired after 90 days because he didn't want to pay the subscription fee. And what Jim's describing with buying a car part and having to have it married to a system is the way iPhone has been building things all along. Okay? Each iteration of the iPhone has made it more and more difficult in the name of security, because the parts are, it's called a secure enclave, and the idea is that somebody can't replace a part to compromise that device. For example, a compromised fingerprint reader cannot be added to a phone to get inside it to get the data that's inside it. So they have this secure enclave that marries the parts together and validates them. So in the cell phone world, this has been going on with Apple. I'm not surprised to hear that it's happening with automotives as well. Anyway, I wanted to share that.
Yeah, it's hard to hear you, Scott, because you break up quite a bit. But he was saying, like you were, Ray, Apple is the one that's doing this the most, and he explained it that there's it's because of security and the security of the system itself, and because of the changes and the different things.
You know, the printing companies are doing it. Sure. They're all doing it. They put the chips in the ink cartridges. So you could only have to buy their stuff. Like HP has this refill thing. You know, you can only get it from them.
Right.
But
We're talking about printers, ink printers.
HP, Compact, everybody. HP was proprietary on a whole bunch of their things.
Yeah.
Especially location.
But
If you bought a cartridge here, it wouldn't work in the US.
Ink company, and you took ink that you had already, it knocked the machine out. We did this prior to that without notice or anything. And so you actually did it disable the machine, am I right?
What?
HP, I think. when they
It wasn't
changed-
without notice. If you read down far enough and what you signed, it's there.
Yeah. But
Yeah, like a mortgage, who's gonna
Yeah.
read it?
but the ink thing with the printers, like not being able to get the same ink cartridge down here in Mexico as you buy in the US.
It was also in the US. If you bought a printer
Right.
and cartridges in New York, you
Correct.
couldn't use the New York cartridges that way.
Right.
Okay.
We used to be able to use them. What they did is when they had automatic upgrades to your software. Unbeknownst to me, that was automatic, they upgraded it and then they disabled it without notice. Now, it may have been in their legal in the beginning, but that happened suddenly.
I never had a problem with that.
Which it wasn't that good on their part because I gave up HP. I don't like to be cheated.
Well, we not only gave up HP, we gave up ink. We went to laser printing. You know,
Down here in the heat.
yes.
I wanna give another
Especially
example
'cause you're in
of
one
automotive,
place, yeah.
Problems. On the last car I bought, in my contract, I saw insurance for $300. So I didn't order insurance. I called them up. That was for the key. I said, $300 for a key? He says, yeah. If you lose the key or it's damaged, $800 replacement.
So yours instead, you could have free replacement for life at
Yeah.
$300 one-time fee?
A key. The key. That was a Ford product.
Yeah, but you paid $300 once.
I didn't pay anything. I got 2 keys with the car, but they tried to charge me without telling me
But yeah, well,
to insure that key.
but to insure that key for $300, if that was the one-time fee of $300, our son should have done that
Yeah.
because it costs that much to replace each key. Yeah, right. Oh, he's an adult. So,
I have a comment. We bought a laser printer and it had one of those little cartridges that had a limited amount. So it started to streak and I said, okay, Amazon, what do you got? And there was all kinds of knockoffs there. But it said it comes with the instructions to bypass. I forget what even printer we have. Anyway, if you have to change your cartridge, Google is your friend. You just go and say, I'm changing this cartridge, or AI. What do I got to do to use a knockoff cartridge? And it'll tell you. Every one of them, I'm pretty sure, can be bypassed.
It's sort of like unlocking phones.
Well, the laser ones, you don't have that, so you don't have to worry.
Yes, they do.
They do?
That
Mine
toner,
was a laser printer,
the toner has to be.
and it
Well, I
was,
have a laser
but it
printer.
has a
That
chip.
doesn't have
They
that.
have a chip in the cartridge that it reads, and if it's not a standard one, it's supposed to shut it down.
What brand?
I think it was Canon we have.
I'm trying to see.
I
It's-
don't remember.
Wait, it'll tell me on here because it's
I
connected
bought
to this.
two
thing.
cartridges for $25, and they said, the company I was buying it from is a knockoff. They just say, go to this website, watch the video, and this is how it goes, and it works fine. But it's
But the technology now, that problem's obsolete, because now they have the ink wells.
Yeah.
And that is fabulous. You fill them up, they take a lot of ink, and it may be a little more startup money, I
I
don't
hate
know.
it.
But you don't have to deal with cartridges at all, it's
I
wonderful.
have an Epson printer, and I have to say, it's lasted a lot longer.
Yeah.
I got rid of my Epson with a pain in the butt.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about the economy, but I
if
know.
you don't use it every
for
day, the
years I
cartridges
haven't
dry
touched
out.
it.
Not that, it was impossible to hook my computer to it.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had it a year and I haven't.
I went back to HP.
I'm shocked.
I have one laser. Linda, I have one too.
I got rid of my Canon too.
I think it's a Canon when I think about it.
It lasts forever.
Reservoirs.
With the reservoirs?
No problems, I go away, I leave it for, a long period of time, I come back,
Wow.
and I have one that lasts the same one.
I just had to.
Upgrade.
What brand is it?
Epson.
And I used to work for Epson, so.
I had Epson because that's all you could hook a Mac to. Was an
No,
Epson.
it's funny.
I think it's a Canon.
I bought the
I
most
don't-
expensive HP and gave them both away.
Yeah.
And that, can I get the?
Oh, I've got one I need to take to whoever's thing at.
Scott's not trying.
Okay, so, well, I think Scott's delayed from us, but, what was that topic? Oh, fix it yourself, right? The right to repair, the right to repair.
So I have one more comment on it. About a month ago, they broke into our mailboxes in, like we live on an acreage, so they're standard mailboxes.
Community mailbox.
Anyway, but just before that, we had been at home and we were going to go get our mail, only I left the mail key at home. And the one my son was using was with him in Fort Mac. So we had no key, and I went to the little key guy down here and said, can you make this? And he looks at it and he looks at it and he says, oh, muy especial, because it's a mail key. You can't reproduce them. And
Yeah.
and he says,
But it's Mexico.
but yes, we're in Mexico. And he says, maybe. So he gets out his little thing and he measures it and he goes and he finds a blank that will give you the side, the grooves.
Mhm.
That's the key, is the grooves. The notches are nothing. And he says, yes, I think so. I said, how much? He says, 500 pesos.
Ooh.
Well, he said it's going to take him a couple hours to do. And and then he showed me the little tools that he used, and he says, you break these quite often. So I came back and he had it. The key blank was this long. The mail key is this long. He had cut it all down, cut the grooves that needed to be in there. But I never got a chance to use it because when we went home,
Because they broke it. Yeah, they stole
pried the doors
door.
off the mailboxes. So now that key is no good.
So he took it back into him and
I took it back in and showed him, and I showed him what
showed him the
happened.
picture.
And I think he thought I wanted my money back. And I said, no. It just,
That's a terrible story, though, we're gonna find out if you could actually do.
Yeah.
No, we
Well-
will never know.
well, I think I can try to see if it like the mail keys, the slots are all as common this way.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has a big board of electronic keys. And I'll guarantee you can go in there with whatever key you have and say, I need a key for this car. and he could do it. I'll bet money he can do it.
And it won't be the 300.
No.
So,
Well, we bought
800.
a couple of those keys, like on eBay, and they programmed them. We took
Yeah,
it in
they
there
can.
and programmed them.
Oh.
How much did you pay, Linda, and how much did?
Oh, those keys on eBay were cheap.
And how much did the dealer want? What's the comparison?
Oh,
Probably
hundreds. 50 or 100, I can't remember.
I think it was around 119, that's it.
For an electronic.
We had to have one made for the Jeep.
Yeah, we had.
Can't remember how
Jeep
much.
had-
I have one.
Didn't take him any more than 10 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
He cut the blank and he took it out and programmed it, and away we went.
We took it over to the guy in Wyman, the Ford deal, the Chevy dealer in Wymas. They did it in there.
I'm gonna research it, that's interesting. $800.
Well, wasn't that much? Those blanks.
That's what they quoted me for mine,
How much?
if I needed 800, if you need a new key.
Was the guy
I don't need
underneath
it. Knock on
the,
wood, I
Caesar.
have to, I
Yeah.
say sorry.
Caesar.
yeah,
Say
Caesar.
sorry. I have to, so I don't need one.
Okay. Anybody have another topic? Jim's with us. You could talk about tope removal. No, in the ranchitos. But tope
I
removal.
don't think everybody's brain again. Because I want to go to streaming TV, and there's a few sites that have recording. So, anybody using
Oh.
that, anybody using that, recommend the best site to use for streaming TV?
Irving is, oh, sorry, Carol, James had his hand up before. I'll get back to you, James. But Irving's asking about the streaming services like Netflix and all these kind of things. Do you have one where you can record something?
There are a bunch of them, 3 of them for sure.
And which one would you
Which
recommend?
do they recommend?
Which one do people recommend? What's one that you know of? I'm not even sure. Well, I think we can record Netflix and play it later on another device. What is it?
We've never
I
tried.
have never.
Never
I
tried.
have recording.
No?
No.
Well, you can download. You can
You can
download.
download it.
Yeah.
You download it to your computer, and then you play it whenever you want.
On Netflix, really?
Netflix, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that because
But
our
it's not
daughter
on your
does that,
TV.
and then when they're in the car, not
It's
connected
not
to
on your
internet,
TV.
then she can watch the
You can
videos.
do it. You
But as far as streaming,
you download it, throw it on a memory stick, plug it
Yeah.
into your
in the
TV.
cloud.
Yeah.
And there's 3, at least major suppliers, of which I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure YouTube is one of them.
Yeah.
They're one of the 3. The problem I have with YouTube.
Have you asked the AI guys? Chat people?
I should have asked it when I had my.
When you had the sample.
But that don't mean they'll give me accurate information. And then again, the fix might be it.
Okay.
What do those streaming services charge?
They're much cheaper. They average, I think, about $60 a month. As compared with,
Direct
let's say,
TV.
$180 a month for, let's say, Dish or
Direct TV, yeah.
So what are you streaming? The networks?
Well, we're all using streaming now, like Netflix is streaming.
Yeah.
But,
All of
Yeah.
but the thing is, they don't have DVR facilities. The reason I
Video
stayed
recording,
with
okay.
Dish is because I can record stuff and then come back and play.
Play it
You
later.
can do that with direct
James.
TV, as I
You're
understand.
saying.
You could do it, yeah, you can do it direct
Yeah.
also.
We did that with our cable
But they're very
company.
expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
it is.
streaming is more efficient without buffering. And these services are so much cheaper.
It's very difficult for them to be able to save when you're on the internet. It isn't like DirecTV and Dish. They're getting it off the satellite. They can control it. They can't control it.
It's in the cloud, it is controllable, it's just as available as on your hard drive.
I don't think so.
No, it depends on your internet.
That's why you
that.
have the internet service.
Okay.
I don't know, most people don't care about that anymore. You turn on the TV, you watch stuff. You got Paramount Plus, you got Hulu, you got this, and the stuff's on everything. I mean, it's.
But
But if you're a busy person, and let's say we like forensic files, that one, there's 2 programs we record, and for that reason I stayed with them.
We just turn on Forensic Files and watch it.
But you can't
So-
watch
It's on
previous-
every night.
No, but Linda, what he's saying is he wants to watch the ones from last week and from the week before. He does not want to watch it when it's live.
I don't want to come in when it's on for 10 minutes and watch the next one coming up. That's the purpose of DVR.
Yeah.
DVR was the game changer of television years ago.
We watch the news. We never watch it when it's live. We watch it because we recorded it. We watch it when we want to watch it.
A good example is I paid 2 lifetime services and lost them both. TiVo was my first one.
Evil.
I paid for a lifetime subscription.
Yeah, TiVo.
Then they went out of business. Now they're back in business, I think, in some form, but I can't get them. I don't get
The lifetime subscription you paid for. Yeah. James, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I was wondering, I couldn't catch it when you were talking about the back at the printers. And I think it was Irving said that he's got an Epson that he really likes.
Whoa.
Yeah,
He loves it.
He loves it. He said it has a well that he puts the ink into.
Right. It lasts a long time. It has reservoirs.
It has reservoirs that he fills himself.
Oh yeah, self-filling.
Yeah, self-filling reservoirs.
Well, it's a tube. You put it in. It
Little
takes
tool.
a large quantity of ink. And I would say to use the ink, it's. I do a lot of printing, and I would say it's got to last you a year or two for a minimum.
Great. So do you know the model number?
Do you know the model number or the name?
I don't know if it's there. It's a 6171.
No, they're all that way.
6171.
6171.
Company.
They're all that way now.
Their way.
According to Linda, all the inkjet printers from Epson do it that way.
Okay. Great. And we're having good luck with our brother, but we have to buy the cartridges, and they do seem to last while we go away for 6 months and come back. So that's
the issue with leaving a reservoir or a cartridge with ink in it, going away for 6 months. When you come back, it's dried up and it's no good.
So if you close it up correctly, and what you have to do, you have to clean it. It cleans itself out. Make it a few cycles.
You have to clean the jets a couple of times and then make sure that it's closed up properly.
I was one at least 6-7 months on my last trip. And for some reason, when I go back to Alaska, it seems to work, but it's ice cold there. Maybe it puts it in hibernation. I don't know.
He's thinking that maybe the one that he leaves in Alaska gets frozen for the 6 months while he's away. So on Vancouver Island, you don't get that same temperature. So.
no.
But you don't. But it has a feature to close it when you go away, and which I didn't use, by the way, but I was still able to recover to complete all my colors by cleaning it.
So an away feature for you to close it up so it doesn't dry up.
Electronically, it does it by itself.
Well, that's good. I was wondering if you could empty them or something like that. No?
You don't empty the cartridges, but you close them up electronically.
It's like a little box, right?
You can't.
It's a little box that you fill.
Huh?
It's a little box kind of thing that's inside the printer.
Yes.
You couldn't empty it.
You can't empty it because what they are is there's 4 color reservoirs.
Yeah.
And you turn the jar, well, it's a tube, you turn it upside down, it clicks in, and you wait for it to fill up. You can see it in the window filling up.
Yeah. So
it's transparent.
you don't
see the levels.
close. You don't empty them. You just leave them
You can't empty them.
closed,
They run
sealed.
out. You can't empty them unless you.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
thank
it.
you. Thank you.
There's a long period of time. I haven't changed my colors in 2 years.
There you go.
I still have plenty.
Okay.
I may have refilled my black at one time.
Judy has the topic.
So mine is back to TV, and when I go back to Colorado, I will not get local channels. So I'm wondering if anybody has a recommendation on those little antennas that you put in your window, like the name of one.
But you can't have any blockage.
But I live in the mountains.
But if you're in a window that's got,
It's not near a window. I mean, doesn't
not
have
near
to,
a window,
the TV is not near a
all
window.
you could do is do a test on it, because like they don't work at my house. I could get a few stations in my guest bedroom, but my garage is almost covering the two windows. It doesn't work at all in the living room because we have no windows. I mean, I have a window, but we're not to the outside.
Well, I have a window to the outside, but again, I'm in the mountains, so it doesn't really go
Yeah.
anywhere.
But you can get the antennas for the roof.
Up north.
Yeah.
They're relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have it
Problem is
mounted
getting
on the
somebody
roof.
to get up to the roof and mount it.
Yeah.
If you Google it, for Tucson anyway, if you Google it for those antennas,
Mhm.
you can put in your area code
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
basically and your Google address, or not Google,
Yeah.
Your zip code.
well, not your zip, but your actual coordinates.
Uh-huh.
And you can put it in and they'll tell you what's the best antenna for your area.
And what's that called?
It depends on the antenna.
No, I mean,
No, no.
what is
When they
it
Google and say,
called?
what's the
Just
best
Google.
antenna
Just
for
Google
my
it.
area?
Best Wi-Fi antenna for your TV,
Okay.
TV antenna.
Yeah.
I did it for the Tucson house.
Yeah.
That came up with two different addresses that I can put it in there and it'll tell me the seven
Okay.
best antennas for my
Thank
area.
you.
Yes.
Because I will
this is
not,
this is
that
a
way I-
TV antenna,
yes.
and it hooks to your TV or your
Yes.
cable or something, or
No. Okay, so when I go, I have DirecTV,
yeah.
and they have shut me off of local channels in Colorado because I didn't upgrade my box.
There we
Which
go.
really irks me. So,
So the only way you could do it is to put an antenna to catch the local stations.
and then
On your
use a different
DirecTV.
service
Oh, use a different
to
service.
get everything else.
Okay.
If you have a Samsung TV
I do not.
and you,
I have a Vizio.
if you have a Samsung TV and they have all their TV, there's 50 TV stations. At the bottom, you can get all your locals.
It is not a smart TV.
Oh.
I have a limited space that a TV fits, and it's like a built-in space. And it's very limited, and it's not a smart TV, so.
Judy,
Okay.
in answer to your other thing, according to Chavo,
Mhm,
you have Fire Stick
mhm.
with that service that they sell. I think
Right.
it sells $25 a month or something. You can get all your local stations.
Really?
Oh, it's like a TV antenna in your Fire Stick.
So
I've seen
Chava
that.
Has that, okay.
Yeah,
I
that's-
have Amazon or a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
And I pay the beer basic cheap minimum.
Right.
It's around 10 to 15 a month.
Right.
And I get several 2-cent channels.
Live channels. And they're live
According to Chavo,
channels.
He must be
I'll have to
pirating
call
it, I
Chavo.
guess.
Yes, it
Java,
is.
maybe.
Well, it's all pirated.
So that
It's all
gives you probably,
pirated.
yeah, so the full, probably gives you the full range of whatever.
Well, you have to get the Fire Stick jailbreak is what they have to do.
So, but if I get a Fire Stick from Chava down here, then I just take it with me.
I'm going to do that.
And I should have
You've seen
local
that,
channels.
Just put it out. I've got the instructions how to do it.
I don't need it down here.
Or maybe, yeah.
Loma Del Mar has local channels.
And once you jailbreak it, won't you still have to pay for service?
Yeah, but like, my point in the jailbreak, it was, I can put all my TV service on there.
I see, I got it.
Okay,
But I
and
think
then
it
you don't
works,
have,
but I have,
then you don't have to buy a box.
but Linda, if I want to watch Netflix, I watch it on Fire Stick without a subscription.
I watch it on Roku.
Not Netflix. I'm talking about my TV service.
We're talking about local channel.
Huh?
What is your TV service?
Well, you have on the
Oh,
box.
IPTV.
IPTV.
But that is not local channels.
No,
That,
that's
my
not
question
local
is only regarding local channels.
I would do what he said, Google it. How do I? And I'll come up with a
For
list.
your
and-
antenna.
Yeah.
But I don't want to
What's
have
the
to get
best
up on my
TV
roof.
antenna for my area?
Yeah. What?
Some of the, jailbreaking, how are you going to use IPTV with the jailbreak?
Because you need to jailbreak it so you can put that code that you have in your TV box.
You can download it to the Fire Stick, you mean?
I can put that program in the Fire Stick.
Oh, okay.
Why would
You
you
have to
do
be
that?
able to put that P number that I give you,
Yeah,
that
right.
code,
Right.
you have to be able to put
And
that.
you'll be able, that's great.
And when you
Yeah.
jailbreak the Fire Stick,
Yeah,
then you'll be able to add your IPTV service.
that sounds great if you can do that.
It's easy. Go to troypoint.com. It'll walk you
Yeah.
right through it.
Well, I
Troy
just copied it off of CNET. They walked you right through
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so why are you doing this? That's the basic backup question. So,
Okay, so you're
I've
gonna
got
buy, you're
IPTV.
gonna buy the TV box
Yes,
from from the company,
yes,
and you're gonna put my service in
yes,
there. When we set that box up, you have to have a code that goes in
yes,
there
I
in
understand
order to
that.
get the service.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, well, instead of having to buy those boxes,
Oh, you
and
buy
spending $120,
I buy a Fire Stick.
we can buy the Fire Stick, but first I gotta learn how to jailbreak it,
But if I buy it from
able to put
Chava,
that-
it already is.
huh?
That's my question. If
Yeah, will Java jailbreak them?
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask him, he's gonna come over to
Yeah, well, I don't have
Please
my
ask
stick
him.
with me, so I can't take it
Yeah.
over.
If he will do that, I'm gonna do exactly what you said.
Yeah, so you don't have that little, yeah, so you don't have a little
box
box to carry around, you just have your Fire Stick to carry around.
for 19
And the little,
bucks.
yeah.
No, 19
But I'm
bucks.
doing away with that.
So I ordered
all that. Oh, that's
Came
what
over
you mean.
to my house.
Um,
You don't know how to
Anyway, I wanna get it
But the
jailbreak.
fact that
You
you
don't know how
can
to
do it,
jailbreak it?
No,
Exactly.
It's simple.
that would be one.
Well,
Switch gears, switch gears.
Exactly.
that's what I said, I just copied it off of CNET.
Well, that's me, I've got 3 right now.
It's
so-
simple.
Well, I have to do that.
But anyway, thank you, that was my question.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so Judy's going off to try and get her local TV stations in Colorado.
Actually, Irving's going to talk to a
Irving's going to
source
talk to
here.
a source here and see if she got a Fire
And
Stick, she
Linda's
could
going
put
to
her
do her
service on
homework.
it.
Because for me, I would pay him the $25 a month, and because he can take it to the US, it would give me that ability, that would be fabulous.
Well, yeah,
Well, why pay $25 a month to him? Why you just pay $65 a year?
but you have to know how to do that.
$65 a year.
You pay me $65 a year.
No,
for your
that's
service.
separate, I'm not getting away, putting that away, but I don't use it in the United States. If I could use it in the United States by jailbreaking my Fire Stick,
7 years ago.
Uh-huh, well, I know, it.
For a Fire TV.
yeah.
plus, if it was that alone, I would do what you're doing. But by doing that, it gives me access to a lot more programming besides just the IPTV.
Yeah.
Yes, local channels.
Yeah, local channel.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to get it up there.
Well, he's gonna,
Well, I'm gonna have,
Because a lot of them don't work. A lot of them don't work in Alaska.
but with the Starlink, I think that's a breakthrough there. By having the huge high speed, I think that was the issue.
do you know how much?
No.
I was just trying to, do I know how much time we have left, or
No, just coffee.
how much coffee
We
is?
probably are out of time. It's 11:02, so it's probably
know.
gone.
I'm not in it anymore.
I'm not
Every
either.
services have a coverage.
How much
Well,
is
you're talking
coffee?
about
Oh, I
Starlink.
don't know.
Oh,
How the hell do I
That's
know?
not the
Well, you
same
buy it
as-
every
as the-
I just pay for it.
as the-
Yeah, that's all I do too, I was just, okay, guys, thank you. Thanks
Okay.
for running the meeting.
I'm not sure why we're still in this meeting because
Don't
I
worry
was
about
in,
We're still there.
no, I'm going to close it down.
Well, a lot of times, so remember, they sometimes.
Au revoir.
Okay,
I think we should all go.
actually, I was wondering about,
That's the reason I can now.
I have a question about something that was recommended by Terry Stimson on a couple of weeks ago, and it was a series about a woman investigating. I don't know if she was a journalist or she was investigating. And Scott, I need you to get that one to me as soon as possible. I see Scott is there, and so we're going to sign off. People are leaving here, and
We're out of here.
James said goodbye.
What was the question?
Jim's gone.
I will. What do you want to?
Scott, there was a series that your dad talked about that him and your mom were enjoying, and I'd like to know what the name of it was. I tried to go on our past meetings and I couldn't find it. It was a weekly episode, kind of like Columbo, a detective.
Oh, it could be one of two. It could be, oh my gosh, what is it called? Well, one of them's the Alaska Daily. That Alaska.
No, it's not that one. I watched one.
The other one is a Netflix show. Oh, what's the name of it? We've been watching it as well, and it's really good. Poker Face. I think that's the name of it.
That's right, because she can tell if people are lying or not. Okay, Poker Face. I'm gonna go find it. Okay, of course, the meeting all fell apart and everything. I don't know what you got out of it.
Well, Cheryl, thank you for doing this when I'm not available. I really appreciate the help. And for some reason, the meeting kept going without being cut off. And our second meeting has ended up off the calendar for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I wasn't able to share it with you. I'm going to sort it out later. I didn't discover it until this morning. I'm like, screw it. If we don't have enough time, we don't have enough time.
So yeah, we did have enough time, and that was good. Didn't get to recommendations, but and it's noisy here. You're back next week?
I'm back next week. That's right. I'll be in next Tuesday's meeting.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Tack on. Do you want to do the outro?
Irving, that chat GPT all over.
Well, I didn't get a chance to mention it. What an opportunity.
Well, I guess not. Anyway, well, this has been the San Carlos Computer Club without me. Fortunately, Cheryl takes over when I'm not available. I'm currently doing work for an organization in Arizona and couldn't participate. So if you like what we're doing, check out scclub.org. If you are looking for computer support remotely anywhere on the internet, check me out, Scott at internationalcs.net. And until next Tuesday, everyone, tech on.